Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a special banknote to show you. Special just is because I rarely see these banknotes. This is a Federal Reserve note from 1914. The $100 bill size, which is just super scarce and the type of thing that I only get to see once in a while. And so for people who specialize in these banknotes, I'm sure it's old hat, but for me, it's something that I see very infrequently. Of course, they also made the banknotes with the red seal, which is even more scarce. And of course, you got Ben Franklin on the front of both of those. And the allegory on the back is representative of labor, plenty, America, peace, and commerce. So all of those things also engraved by GFC Smiley, and just a cool piece. What's fun about these in general is when you look at the different notes, they come from all different districts and then signature combinations, and some say none printed, but then you'll have some of the star notes, 2 known, 1 known, and then you get into the place where you've got some of the other notes that were printed and yet they're listed as unknown. And none printed on a bunch of them, but there's a couple of unknowns slipped in there. And I find that to be absolutely amazing because when you think about coins, usually more than currency for a lot of us, you don't always, how many things are unknown in the coin market, right? Like, when are you going to find something that's actually something that didn't exist before? This is cool. This is an older PMG holder, AU55. And so you can tell it's the older holder partially because the plastic's a little bit on the green-gray side. So, maybe this is the type of thing to get reholdered and just get it in a newer holder, but, with the AU55 on there. Let's look at some of the engraving that Mr. Smiley did. I know, his name's probably pronounced differently, but I will always call him Smiley. He's my guy. All right, McAdoo on the signature on this side, Bold 100. Very different look from some of the banknotes from the 1890s. Instead of having design everywhere, you have this huge open space. And even on the back, this is one of the more intriguing allegorical images to me because you have these figures, but the figures use a lot of negative space within themselves so that you still have just a broad open area. Like the back of the note looks white, even though you have all these characters on here, these allegorical figures with really nice abs. Look at that. How come everyone's got abs? I better start doing some more sit-ups. Yeah, this is the guy hard work with the bales of hay coming over here. The cornucopia down there, but very different than when you look at, if you watch any of the videos that they have on some other banknotes, and you can just see all of the space is used, just all of it. On this, it's the opposite, where you have just huge open space, and yet you can still see just how attractive the banknote is. So these banknotes, in low grade, they're several $100s. They're a minimum of $100. If you get one for less than $100, let me know. That's a coup de grace. So these guys here, in this condition, it's going to be probably at least a couple grand. And they're tough to get in higher grade, in general. You can see it's got a little bit of a fold coming across there. That's probably one of the things that's keeping it from being uncirculated. Pretty crisp corners, by the way. On paper money, the edges and corners are very important. So always look at the edges and corners on paper money. Just see how strong they are, how they've held up over time. That's just something that needs to be considered when you're looking at banknotes. Now, a lot of them have some rough edges, right? But, the better the edges, the better the note. That's just kind of a little tip there. One more thing to point out for y'all. If you didn't know, there's 12 districts for the Federal Reserve banking system, and they have a corresponding letter and number. And this is St. Louis, 8H, and they have it in several locations on the banknote here. So the part of the production processes was to make notes with the different Federal Reserves. And there's the big Federal Reserve note bold on top there. So, all right, guys. So there is just a fantastic banknote, something that we don't get to see every day. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.